Let us now break, one by one, the myths about feminism. But before I begin, in your notepads, please note down the myths around feminism you might have been hearing all along. I'll be covering the big myths. In case I leave out anything that you are still not clear about, please do ask at the discussion forum. Myth number 1, feminists are against marriage and family. Ha ha. And we also destroy peaceful homes. This is so often said about us. Personally, I do not know any feminist who has said she's against marriage or family for all women. However, we do know women who are against unhappy, unequal, and unjust marriages and families. Let us take a close look at our peaceful homes. There is ample evidence to show that there are conflicts, tensions, and violence within families. In millions of homes of all strata, wives are beaten, humiliated, and pressurized. In millions of homes, particularly in South Asia, the very birth of a girl is considered a bad omen, a tragedy. Female infanticide has been with us for centuries in many countries. Further, research shows that female babies are breastfed for shorter periods, given less food and less medical attention compared to male babies. Women's health needs are often ignored. Every year in South Asia, thousands of young women die during childbirth. The result of all this neglect and violence against women is the horrifyingly low sex ratios in South Asia. You know, there are 74 million women missing in South Asia because of patriarchal violence and neglect and discrimination. 74 million, more than the population of many countries. In this peaceful home, you think there is peace for women? When brides are burnt for insufficient dowry, divorced at will, or physically mutilated by relatives? Peace? Statistics collected not by us feminists, but by our governments and UN bodies show us that family is perhaps the most unsafe place for girls and women. By lifting the veil from our conflict and injustice-ridden families, I think feminists are actually trying to save our families and to make them happier places for everybody, not just for men and boys. A doctor who tells us the sickness in our bodies can surely not be called our enemy. Just as we turn to doctors who are good at diagnosis, we should embrace feminists for their brave candor, their brave honesty, and concern about the health of our families. While most feminists are not against the home and the family, we do take the position that the only way to save homes and families is to change the nature of men-women relationships within families. Peace and harmony can no longer be maintained at the cost of women. We cannot talk of democracy outside the home when there is no democracy at home, when there is dictatorship there. In fact, we believe that real democracies and egalitarian societies can only be established if we practice democracy, equality, and mutual respect within families. Real peace in society can only be established if we experience peace and love at home. As feminists, we wish to reaffirm that there should be no more silence about domestic violence. Here, I would like to add that many feminists believe that there can be different forms of families, different kinds of marriages and partnerships, depending on people's preferences and choices. Heterosexual marriage is one form, and homosexual family and marriage can be another form. People may also choose to live together without getting married, or several people may set up a commune in which they share household resources and chores. Another important point is that we feminists do not think every man or woman has to get married. Marriage is not every woman's or man's destiny. We want choices. Didn't I say that earlier?